Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Why wasn't any money invested in the car?
Look at our shoes. Oh!
So where were you going to find the money to do the restoration of the car?
Once you promise something, just go ahead and do it, Connie.
So when I ask a question and someone doesn't answer it, they've answered.
Eric Stewart is suing his ex-wife, Cheryl Stewart, in the amount of $5,000 for the cost of a vintage Camaro automobile he says she sold without his permission.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kelvin Noel presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have this one.
Thank you. Eric Stewart, you're suing your ex-wife, Cheryl Stewart, in the amount of $5,000. Apparently she sold your classic 1976 Camaro. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why was this car so important?
Well, it was my pride and joy, Your Honor. Just picture it. 1976 Camaro, all cherried out, crushed velvet seats, and when I was in high school, everyone loved it. I loved it. I just had a real connection with it. And my fellas, we had a car club, so we just rolled down the boulevard, and all the girls would be after, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, she was one of the girls.
Oh, that's when you all met.
That's when we
So
met.
you got to ride in this famous Camaro.
Yes, Your Honor, in high school.
Why do you make it a point to stress in high school?
Your Honor, I have dealt with this for so long. We were married for 15 months. Okay, we've been divorced for 2 years, 4 months, and 10 days. And
But who's counting?
who's counting, right? And I have been telling him repeatedly to move the car out of my driveway. So
You said
I'm stressing.
out of your driveway, was this the family home?
Yes,
You kept the home.
yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, that was the source of my contention. I literally left there with just my drawers. That's it. I live in a box right now with a sink. That's it. I have no money, Your Honor. And
Well, that's what
this
you all
goes
agreed to
her.
in terms of the divorce settlement, yes?
Well, unbeknownst to me, to take everything.
All right.
And
Whose decision was it to divorce?
More her.
Your Honor, I was just fed up. I put up with it as long as I possibly
What did you put up with, Barbara?
He's a truck driver. He's been constant on the road.
You go a lot.
I was on a lot, Your Honor.
absolutely.
I was, in my book, an A+ husband. What happened was, once I got my truck
An A+ husband.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It means, I ended up, taking care of some duties, cooking, cleaning. I would even rub her feet, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
And she seemed to enjoy
That's
it,
a
Your Honor.
Did he rub your feet?
Your Honor, that is a flat out lie. Okay, the romance has been gone out of our relationship for I don't know how long. When he does come home, he's just expecting me to just, give him some without any foreplay. He doesn't take me out here to buy me flowers, and he hadn't.
I feel like I'm all in your business here.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I just got fed up. This man is still stuck in high school, and it just shows in the fight. He cares about that car more than he does about our daughter. He hasn't even
So
mentioned
you
our
have a
daughter.
daughter.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
How old is she?
Beautiful 10-year-old.
And so you made the decision to leave him, not because he wasn't being you, right? Because
She didn't leave, Your Honor. I left. They kicked me out. That's what the court said.
All right, so you kicked him out of the house.
I did not kick him out of the house.
That's what it felt like.
It was just irreconcilable. We could not work out our issues. He could not. I outgrew him. We outgrew each other.
You out the group.
Yeah, we outgrew each other.
Yeah,
I
right.
tried. He was just completely irresponsible, Your Honor. And he had this car for 15 years. And he was saying that he was going to reconstruct it every time he got his tax check and never did that.
Also,
years.
it wasn't in pristine condition recently.
Well, it doesn't look like it did when I got it.
Not at all.
But I've been planning to restore it. But,
How long have you been planning on restoring?
about 10 years. It's in a little bit of disrepair. A little bit.
Now, you said you all had been divorced 2 years, 4 months,
10 days.
10 days.
Yes, sir.
In that 2-year period, has the car remained at the family, formerly the family home?
Yes, sir.
Were you planning on taking the car somewhere?
Yes, sir. I actually had a plan in place.
But what was the conversation about the car?
After my tax refund came again, I was going to take it to a storage place.
Over a 2-year period, why has the car not moved?
Since I moved out of the house, my daughter will actually say, hey, that's my daddy's car. It's that sense of pride and togetherness.
It's almost like you're marking your territory.
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. That's
Because at this point, if she has decided to move on, and this is your property, how much longer would you have expected her to wait before she did something with that car?
February.
Of
Tax return.
tax return. And so you're saying that you told her that.
I actually stated that.
All right. And what happened?
Your Honor, he said that every year. I've heard that for 17 years, that he was going to do something when he got his tax return, Your Honor.
She
Oh, wait, you only were married for 15 years.
15, and then the 2 years, 4 months, and 10 days after that, when we were divorced, and he left the car in my
See what I
driveway.
gotta deal with?
All
I
right.
said, yap,
So
yap,
the
yap.
whole time, this car, had you been driving the car throughout the year?
It's not drivable, Your Honor.
In my mind.
I have weeds growing through my sidewalk. The driveway is black under the car. It's a hole in the roof. I'm surprised there's not a family of raccoons in it. It's rusty. It's not cherry red anymore. It's rusty red. And it's an
So the
eyesore,
car's
Your
just
Honor.
been sitting
It's
for year after year after
completely
year.
a piece of junk.
Coming up on America's Court.
So where were you going to find the money to do the restoration of the car?
Once you promise something, just go ahead and do it, Your Honor.
So when I ask a question and someone doesn't answer it, they've answered.
We're back with the case of Eric Stewart, who is suing his ex-wife Cheryl Stewart for the cost of a vintage Camaro.
All right, so what did you decide to do?
I said, listen, I want you to construct the whole driveway, the whole yard. I gave you plenty of time. I'm serious this time.
Yeah,
Eric.
Just a better.
I'm serious this time, Eric. Please get the car out of the driveway or I'm going to have it removed. Once again, he thinks that I'm just a joke and everything that I say to him, he doesn't take seriously.
So you donated it to a certain cause and they,
No, sir, they gave me $300 for the comfort. I mean, I would have paid to have it removed, but they gave me $300.
did you tell them, okay, I am going to sell it on this day?
I-
You called the company that would pick the car up, you knew the date they would come.
I told him that I had set a date to construct my driveway, which was in a week away. I gave him that date.
And so you're saying because she went ahead and sold that vehicle, that was yours. Why are you entitled, is the value of the car worth $5,000?
Yes, sir. In my heart, I believe it's worth like $100,000.
In your heart won't help me, you have proof the car is.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I looked this up on the internet. Once restored, you can get $10,000 for that. That's a bad ride.
Did I just hear you say once restored?
Once restored.
It wasn't restored.
I was trying.
So what was the current value of the car at the time that it was sold?
Oh, Bluewood, you don't get much at all, but you have to take in account.
Well, how much money
minimum
would you
value.
have to have invested to even get into a place of being?
Time,
Nothing.
love for her and my daughter, for it not to be sold.
Your Honor, the car was in Michelle. The cost of reconstruction probably would have been about $10,000, the cost to buy a brand new car, and he just didn't have the money, Your Honor.
Did you have money to restore?
No,
Or we still
sir.
waiting on those,
Oh, the refund is coming. The refund is coming. I'm a working
Yes,
man,
sir.
Your Honor. Yeah.
and last time the refund came, why wasn't any money invested in the car?
Look at her shoes.
Oh,
Well, oh, you're saying because you're paying alimony television.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So come February, you still paying it. What was the money you do?
Because
Had your income changed substantially?
no, Your
All
Honor.
right, so you pretty much engaged what your refund is going to be. And if you're saying in the past, this is why I haven't been able to do it, you can foresee that it's going to be the same amount. You're going to have the same financial obligation. So where were you going to find the money to do the restoration of the car?
Once you promise something, just go ahead and do it, Your Honor.
So when I ask a question and someone doesn't answer it, they've answered. So, is there anything else? Yes, sir. Still up.
You probably can tell. There's some feelings there, you know.
She said he didn't go answer. Even she said that she wanted to be romance, that you were on the road. So she's like, can a wife get a candle, a flower?
It's an occupational hazard. I'm making money.
Okay. So now you're making money, and you don't have the woman that you want to be with. You're being separated from the female child because you're not having that close interaction. And now you've been separated from your car. So maybe what you're doing isn't quite working out. What do you think?
I just kind of want my family. I lost a little bit, but still need to pay.
Okay. Based on the evidence and testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the defendant. But ultimately, if she gave you reasonable opportunities to do something with that car, and you chose not to do it with it, you really abandoned that car. Okay, so
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendants. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
It's time for Eric to grow up. I absolutely agree with everything that the judge said. The car had to go, so I did what I had to do.
Well, I think the judge got it wrong. A lot of times you get labeled as selfish. Why can't a man just have it all? This is ridiculous.